hello everybody. That was interesting. Good morning on this Tuesday morning. It is 8:15, January 20th, 2026. At 8:15, hello, good morning. Jay! Hey, buddy, howdy doody. How's it going? How are we doing today? Love that you're here. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the support, Jerry. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. We came on today. We normally don't come on during the week unless there is a message to be gotten. Good stuff so far. I like that. Good stuff always. Always expect the best. Doctor. I've been getting the name Raymond a lot. And so I just wanted to come on and do an experiment, an energy experiment. Since if you watch us, you know that we are learning our spiritual abilities through the help of our spirit team. And so the way that we read energy is not fixed. It's not fixed. And so we really want to be aware and receptive of when an energy comes in that recognizes my signature for my ability to help them, to be of service. And so I don't know Raymond personally. I've known two Raymonds in my whole life, and I don't know them. They were just quick passerbys that we weren't really invested into each other. But I have been getting the name Raymond, and so I just wanted to do an experiment to see if they keep coming through because I have a message for someone. Or maybe there's something about them. Hey, Amanda. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Or maybe there's a message that needs to be conveyed, some kind of truth. The way that we have been observing the way energy works, and what has been happening a lot lately is earthbound souls who everybody loves Raymond. Yeah, sit and talk. Earthbound souls that are earthbound, that have some like unresolved something that need help in order to convey a message or shed light on something or reveal something. And in that revealing, even if we don't know them, what I have observed, what happens is that by revealing things that they didn't get to heal, or things that were in the dark, or the truth of the matter, or whatever it is, their story, by revealing it in this way, it helps them to let go of whatever binds them to the earth realm. And anybody can be bound to the earth realm based upon unresolved emotional hangups that never got fixed or told, or there's many. It's multidimensional. But what we have been realizing as of late is that everyone who decides to answer the call for being a messenger can release earthbound souls that don't have the ability to speak anymore, to say their truth. Confirmation. What do you think about the first Bible book someone reads is Genesis? Understand. I think that, and thank you, Spirit. I was just going to say, Spirit said understand. I think that the Bible is something that was allowed to be part of our reality because there's always a dualistic reason for anything that gets to our hands. And so for one pro side, it was to give us something to believe in, right? But the con side of it is that the Bible was reconstructed and overwritten and rewritten and reduced and added, and so over time it's really become bits and pieces of truths, and then added some embellishment here and a little underwhelming here, and so I think that the Bible is important and it has a lot of good information in it, but it is the ultimate teacher of discernment, because there are things in the Bible that you should question, and you should always question everything. Okay. Bye, Amanda. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, that's my answer to that. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Raymond today. That was random, but we're gonna talk to Raymond. And so far, he said, "Can you feel me, doctor? Sit and talk. Understand the ground. I'm watching you right now. Are we friends?" And sinister. Okay, so I want to try my best to be of service. That's my ultimate goal, to use my gifts for good. My name is Patience. I'm your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News. If you would like more metaphysical, podcast style, episode based spiritual knowledge, you can go to Spirit News, which you can find in the link tree in our bio. We are on all major platforms. Whatever your favorite listening platform is, we're on it. And we do the YouTube platform for spiritual and psychic development. Everybody's psychic. Your name isn't Patience, buddy. It's not? My name's not Patience? What is it then? Do tell. Do tell. What are you, a cheap prostitute? I don't know why you would think that.
That's my voice.
That's my voice. Maybe Raymond wants to talk about a prostitute. I don't know. I'm not a prostitute, but I think everybody can prostitute themselves at times, even like metaphorically, like what are you sacrificing of yourself, for others? It's like a name for a discount stripper. I'll take Patience. Well, Matt Flows, I've heard that before, actually, that my name is a stripper name, but it's okay, whatever. I don't care. I used to actually hate my name. I used to tell my friends when I was little that my name was Crystal, which is, kind of like another stripper name, along with, Cinnamon and Diamond and, things like that. You're allowed to have your opinion, and you're allowed to say whatever you want, and I still care about you. At least you can talk about cool rocks. Yeah. Okay, so let me not get distracted. I'm very distracted. I don't normally come on here on a weekday. We usually do every weekend, every Saturday, Sunday, which we will be here Saturday and Sunday. We got some things coming up that I cannot speak of it yet. I got a porn name, Richard, but it's pronounced Rickard. Well, Spirit said cocaine. Something about cocaine. Spirit's also been saying cocaine a lot. I don't use cocaine. I have used cocaine in the past. I don't now. I haven't for a long time. I feel like everyone has. I mean, let's just be real, okay? Okay, anyway, so I got this song. It's called, I did a random shuffle on the Spotify for a song for Raymond. It says Vegas by Doja Cat from the soundtrack from the original motion picture soundtrack Elvis. Okay, the song is Vegas. That's what the song is. So let's play it. I've never heard it. Oh, I can't actually play it because they'll get me on copyright infringement. But it says, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You ain't nothing but a dog player. I get it. Fraud player. I get it. I understand. You ain't the man. You ain't the man. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a player getting validated. around in that hoe whip. 2 fingers, set one down on my toes, 10. Fueled out with my boobs out. Put a cork in it. Well, love it when you be crying out when I'm corseted. I don't think you gonna make it. Do not let me start raging. Oh, shoot. I'm losing my patience. This ain't staying in Vegas. You ain't nothing but a... And Spirit said wicked and cocaine. And that's my voice. There's more sides to the story I'ma tell everybody. How'd your ass sitting courtside with your arm around me? Had your ass sitting first class with your burnt ass out in Abu Dhabi. Could have been what we should have been, but you lost a bet. Now you gotta find me. Find a seat. I ain't playing. That's hide and seek. High school when you finally peaked. Dang. Hound dog, come find a treat. I'm a bad bitch, but you ain't nothing but a dog player. A fraud player. Oh. So Raymond definitely wants to talk about possibly someone in Vegas or a time in Vegas, or maybe they were from Vegas. Maybe they lived in Vegas. Elvis, maybe they like to play the guitar, maybe they liked music, maybe they liked Elvis. I get Clapton, ZZ Top, Viva Las Vegas. Definitely talking about someone who played them, someone they trusted. Oh, and Spirit said understand, and it says I understand, I understand. You ain't the man, you ain't the man. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. So definitely someone who may have played them. Some kind of fraud happened. Maybe they confronted someone about fraud. They possibly took someone under their fingers. Under their wings. I said fingers because I was reading 2 fingers, set one down on my toes, 10. 10 toes down. So someone they were down for with 10 toes, but the person they were down for was down for them with 2 fingers. Set one down on my 10 toes. Interesting. Someone promiscuous, fueled out with my boobs out, put a cork in it. Love it when you be crying out. I don't think you're gonna make it. Do not let me start raging. I'm losing my patience. This ain't staying in Vegas. So Raymond definitely wants to talk about some kind of situation they had with... The devil is here with the devil. Someone who was the devil and devil energy. Damn. All right. Tell me more. We can't stop here. It's backcountry. Ooh, Hunter Thompson. That would be an interesting read, wouldn't it? All right. Well, let's see. Raymond, please tell me about this energy, this Vegas energy, this fraud energy. What is this? What happened? Sleep won't save you. Wicked cocaine. Maybe someone they were partying with. Tell me about yourself first, please. Raymond, what is this?
Don't sleep here.
Don't sleep here. Sleep won't save you. Idea, dream big, fantasy. Image, bubble, fancy, desire. Vagary. Vigor, craving, energy, specter. Reverie. Hankering, avidity. Pretension, greed. Emulation. Wow, there's so many words on here. Look at this. There's so many words on here. Raymond was someone who had an idea, a dream, a big fantasy.
Judah's cradle.
Judah's cradle? The heck is that? Let me see. I don't know if it's Judas or Judah's. I think it's Judas because it's Judas. Spirit just said Judah's cradle. Judah's cradle. Oh. Judas cradle. The Judas cradle, as a Judas chair, was a brutal device of torture and interrogation, most notably utilized during the Spanish Inquisition. Designed to inflict extreme pain and humiliation, it was often used to extract confessions or punish heretics and perceived traitors. The device consisted of a tall wooden four-legged stand topped with a sharp pyramid-shaped point or cone. What? Humane torture. Initially, it was sometimes considered a more humane alternative to other methods. She will harm you. Huh. The torture could last for hours or even days, with death eventually resulting from shock, infection, or internal injuries. So, Raymond, are you saying that there's some kind of torture involved in your passing? Some kind of agonizing pain that intensified? Okay. Raymond had some kind of idea or dream, or I see lust, I see craving, yearning, chasing some kind of dream, or maybe someone in their energy was chasing a dream. Hunger, need, envy. Yeah, someone that they thought was their friend. I just saw a thought that they thought was their friend. I also see specter and spirit. Hankering. Itch. Vulgary. Damn, Raymond. There's so many words on here. Okay. Interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more. Hi, Nerf. Gonna meet you in the middle when the devil plays his fiddle, friend.
Heroin.
Heroin. Spirit said cocaine and heroin. And I see this butterfly. This butterfly is super fragmented, and there's a woman's face right here. So definitely involving possibly a woman. But I follow you to the sun. And the way follow is spelled is FOLL/OE. But I owe you one. I'll owe you one. Post mode. Nest. So something about someone they were friends with or close to. Victim. They were a victim of a woman, someone they thought was their friend or someone they were close to, someone that possibly owed them money or borrowed money from them and said, I'll owe you one. Someone, can I help you? Someone they possibly tried to help. Someone who asked them for help and said, I'll owe you one. I'll follow you, but I'll owe you one. Something like that. Speedball, maybe. Yeah, maybe borrowing money for drugs. And I have sun again. That's sun twice. But this kind of looks like black hole sun. Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Under freedom and dreams. It kind of feels like Raymond could have been some kind of entrepreneur or could have been successful at a business or have their own business or be in some kind of authoritative position of monetary wealth or just something that they had an idea for and they grew it and it came to fruition and they were achieving their goals. And then some kind of woman, I want to say from the past because she's on the left hand side.
Walls are closing in on you.
The walls are closing in on you. Possibly from the past, someone who came in like a butterfly, like someone who was thriving, someone who had it together. I don't actually think that this woman or person did have it together because this butterfly is so fragmented. But I think that they were portraying themselves that way to Raymond or for Raymond or whoever Raymond is. Themes with... Oh, that's just too small to read. I can't read that. This woman may have came along expressing a dream of a fantasy, a thought, bringing some type of energy and energetic idea of something like asking for help from the successful person. I definitely think this I definitely think this person's from their past. I also don't think that Raymond actually knows this person very well because she's above the flower and she just kind of looks like a mannequin, possibly someone that doesn't have an identity, someone who's the song talked about fraud, so someone who involves themselves in illegal fraud and activities like that, criminal activities. It kind of feels like this person looked at Raymond or whoever Raymond is as a target of something to trick them, because it says but I follow you to the sun, and it's a black hole sun, so definitely feels a little fake, definitely Raymond should have used some discernment with this person. The way this person presents themselves is not the way they are on the inside. They're actually a black hole. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, definitely about something about drugs, heroin, and cocaine. I love you, yeah. This person may have expressed love to them, in the song. Let me go back to the song. It says, I understand. You ain't nothing but a player. Yes, I did. Yeah, it just seems like love it when you be crying out. It kind of feels like that Captain Save-A-Ho type of energy. Raymond may have looked at this person in the past as with love, may have really cared about this person, may have really had affection for this person, and there is something about time between them or space between them. It really feels like this person came, was in the past, and then Raymond became big, and then this person came back in, and Ray could have still had, I called him Ray. I don't know if he likes to be called Ray, but I just said Ray. They may have had love for this person, and so they had rose-colored glasses on for this person. Okay? They had rose-colored glasses for this person. They came back from their past. But this person is actually very fragmented. I'll say just quickly, this is why we're really passionate about teaching you guys about energy, because in the New Earth energies where we're going, everyone's telepathic. Everyone has psychic abilities. Everyone does. Everyone has an electromagnetic field, and so everybody has the ability to read energy. If we stopped listening to the words people say and focused more on the energy they emit. Nobody can lie to each other. Nobody can deceive each other. Nobody can hurt each other in that way because everyone will know what each other's thinking. It will literally eliminate crime and lying and all of that. So I just want to say that. But there is something here about Raymond not having the ability to discern because he was blinded with his rose-colored glasses to this person from the past who he had an affinity for. Okay, he did have love for them. But this person lacks an identity, okay? They lack an identity. They possibly have a drug problem. Obvious. Spirit says obvious, but you know, when you look at somebody through the lens of love, it can sometimes blind you to what is really being shown to you. And so this person, this woman, really played on that. Or a man. It could be a man. I just say woman because there's a woman's face here, but it could be a man. It could even be two people. I don't know. But this person or the energy of this person's very fragmented. Okay, they're a black hole. They're very superficial. They put on a facade of being, you know, a butterfly, you know, someone who's complete and whole and goes through transformation of beauty and elegance, you know, but they're a little like a kind of like a circus, you know, very chaotic, very dramatic. You know, they don't see themselves. They aren't able to see themselves the way they show up. They don't have self-awareness, okay? There's also a couple things about envy, desire, vagary, longing, need, you know, hunger. This person, there's a big difference between Raymond's energy, whoever this Raymond is, and you know, energy is fluid, so you don't have to be named Raymond or know someone named Raymond. This could be a lot of people's story because we live in a fractal universe, so just keep that in mind. I'm worried about her liver. Deception. John, be nice. We are dealing with mental illness. She definitely thinks trans rights are human rights. You guys are so funny. What are you, bots or something? He should thank them that they revealed themselves. What else, Ray? Tell me what else. So there is something about Ray viewing this person through rose-colored glasses, having a lot of love for this person, not being able to see the signs this person was showing them. Possibly this person borrowed money from them, and Ray would say, well, can you pay me back? And I'm losing my patience, you know, and they're like, you know, yeah, it's coming, I swear. But there's more sides to the story, and I'm going to tell everybody, Raymond says. Oh, something unseen. Something that perhaps this person never thought in a million years anyone would find out about. Something about something unknown, something that he wants to tell. I don't know what it is. What the heck is this? Some kind of lusty energy. Oh my gosh. Some type of lusty energy. This could have been an ex from the past. Or someone that he had relations with in the past that came back around. Ray was my grandpa's name. He was trans. Oh, Raymond! Hey! There's a Raymond in here! I don't know if it's about you. They borrowed my time and then acted like there was no history. Are you pooping? Are you pooping with 3 black cats? I'm going to say it for the data, and I don't know how it will relate to this, but I'm just going to say it for observational purposes. But when I see black cats, it usually refers to some kind of manipulation or monitoring spirits or black magic. I also have this black shadow, so it gives me kind of like incubus, succubus vibes. Whoever this person is from their past definitely isn't
800 BC.
isn't the best. Okay. Are you pooping? Always possibly spying on Raymond or trying to get intel about Raymond, or always interested in the progress of Raymond, because Raymond seems to be a source of income. Raymond seems to be a source of energy, a source of big energy, okay? Someone to use, something about fraud. We got a black cat. Boy is dumb as AF. True, my ex was a piece of crap. In my black cat energy, for real, for real. Trust the timing of your life. Trust. Oh, I was just going to say, in a confirmation with the ding, I was just going to say something about his time being cut short because of something that's hidden, something that could involve some kind of black hole sun, black magic. I have 3 references to black right here. I got 3 black cats, black hole sun, and a black shadow. So something about black magic. Okay. This feminine energy could have used black magic on this person using his rose-colored glasses of love. Never give up. This person gives me this feminine energy merit badge. Oh my gosh, I was just gonna say, this feminine energy wants to be around Raymond. Isaac could be significant. Spirit said Isaac. Because he has authority. He's some kind of business owner or entrepreneur, or where he was at later is greater than where he was at when he, messed around with this energy in the past. And so the reason why this feminine energy wants to be close to this person is because of status, because he has money, he has status, he's an entrepreneur, basically wants to use him in that way. Okay, be close, but she's really an asshole. Okay. You want credit for something, you get credit for being an asshole. Raymond was not a ray of sunshine. No loyalty. Black is beautiful. Paint it black and Soundgarden. Good music. Yeah, it says mass. Someone who's an empty hole, who's a black hole right on top of black hole. Someone who this female energy, she's insatiable.
Davies.
She's a empty black hole. Nothing you give her is enough. No amount of attention, no amount of money, no amount of freedom, no amount of drugs. Nothing is enough for this person because they're distorted, they're fragmented. They have things they have not integrated within themselves. Their soul is split into a billion pieces. They have no identity. They act very fake. They They possibly use their looks as a way to harvest energy from people, and possibly their body and their, just a lusty energy. But Raymond remembers that, and so they're using that as leverage to I can't make it up, to be a pearl, to present themselves as some kind of pearl to Raymond, as some kind of valuable art, some kind of valuable I don't know. Let me get a couple more and then we'll try to get more details. Had your ass sitting courtside with your arm around me. Yeah, like benefiting off of the fruits of Raymond and whatever his entrepreneurship is. He said be wary of him. So there is something about, and I just drew this card over the all-seeing eye. So Raymond could have impaled. Raymond could have warned this feminine energy about someone that they're around constantly, that they felt wasn't good for them. Who's this person? Another, revealing truth about someone in their energy. I said earlier there could be two people here. There might be another person in this energy. I tried to love logically, but it didn't make sense. Yeah, he may not have understood why Spirit said impaled and pool table. Photograph. Jeez, Spirit's really talking right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Something is wrong. You are mine now.
I'm so sorry. I just had to pee so bad, honestly. I just had to pee so bad. Okay. You are mine now and something is wrong. I'm going to get one more And then we're going to get more details about this, okay? Endless black hole, challenge accepted. What I miss? Pool table? I don't know. Yep, sleep deprived me and took all my money and attention. Oh, shoot. Raymond!
Malevolent.
Malevolent. This woman is malevolent. Eyes. My soul needs the poetry that is hiding only in your eyes.
Shot.
Shot. What is going on? Okay, Raymond. So we know that there's someone from the past, someone that's a black hole, someone who possibly could have, I don't know for sure yet if they dabbled in black magic or if they're just very manipulative, because that's practically the same thing. Definitely using Raymond as a way to have attention and money and status and all of that. But, you know, they're very fragmented. Raymond has a lot of love for this person, so he has rose-colored glasses on about them. Raymond has some type of warning about somebody, or I'm not sure yet. I did pick up another person, but I can't tell yet for sure. So, something about borrowing money and him asking possibly two people, like, are you gonna?
I made that sound.
I made that sound. Are you gonna pay me back? You know, constantly having to say, you know, are you gonna pay me back? Like, what's happening? Like, what, you know, but I don't think they ever intended to pay them back. Okay, we all got it. We all got needs. Honestly, I'm creeped out by the accuracy of this reading. I just, Spirit kept saying Raymond, and I was like, I don't know Raymond, so let me just, you know, sometimes you just gotta follow what Spirit is trying to tell you, even if it doesn't make any sense, okay? So tell me more. There's something about Raymond losing his patience, about him confronting, about money owed, and they keep saying, you know, oh, it's coming, but it's something about fraud, okay? Old Mr. Terminus was lying on his deathbed while his wife was about to give birth. Father Clement was at his bedside when Mr. Terminus dictated his will. I leave 2/3 of my estate to my child, should it be a boy, and 1/3 to my wife. If the child is a girl, I want 2/3 to go to my wife and 1/3 to go to my daughter. Mr. Terminus passed on and left Father Clement with a rather peculiar problem. Since Mrs. Terminus gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl, how would... You are loved. Oh, I love you, Spirit. How should the estate be divided in order to comply as closely as possible with his wishes?
Stephen.
Lying on his deathbed. Is this where the fraud comes in? Something about Raymond's estate? Something about Raymond's estate and what he dictated in his will was rather peculiar, and it should have been divided differently.
Evelyn.
It was Mr. Terminus's clear intention to give his son twice as much as his wife, or his daughter half as much as his wife. Therefore, the son would get 4/7, the mother 2/7, and the daughter 1/7. Is this where the fraud comes in? because the song says something about you ain't nothing but a fraud. You're nothing but a player. You're nothing but a dog. So something about Raymond being on his deathbed, and maybe someone in this energy rewrote his will or created some kind of fraud will, or that had money go to this person when it wasn't supposed to go to them at all. She sounds like she was
Terrifying.
projecting, but she ended up being abusive. Laughing my ass off, yes. Bro, shut the fuck up and let her speak. I'm trying to listen. well, what he says isn't said out loud. You have to read it. You have to read it. It wasn't said out loud. You have to read it. Yeah, there's something about
Can you see me?
thank you. There's something about his will being changed by someone in this energy who's an asshole, who's a fraud and a player, someone who's a dog, someone who got close to
This is helping me.
Thank you, Raymond. Someone who got close to Raymond and may have dictated his will, you know, to say something that it wasn't supposed to say so they could get a piece of his estate. So they could get money because they're a fraud. Will fraud or whatever. I don't know what that's called. Estate fraud? I don't know. I don't know what that's called. Damn. Okay, let's do some imagine ifs. Raymond, tell me more. Let's roll the dice. I rolled a 6. Raymond, what is this? Imagine if Raymond were an author. What type of books would he write? Basket weaving textbooks. Basket weaving textbooks. I kind of want to say textbook basket cases. Whodunits, right under above that. Whodunit. Yeah, there's definitely something about fraud here in his estate. 1. Imagine if Raymond were a sports penalty. What would he be? Hooking. Hooking? Didn't someone in here mention prostitution? There's something about or
Pains in my chest.
unsportsmanlike conduct. Pains in my chest. Someone hit below the belt. Raymond, what story? Let's do the dream decoder. We'll do the dream decoder. Raymond, tell me more about this estate and who done it. Teeth, nose, ears, neck, and hair. Someone who had overall attractiveness. Someone who had nice teeth. Someone with missing teeth. Someone who shouldn't be trusted. That's why I think there's 2 people here. I think one person has nice teeth, or maybe like what are those teeth called?
Appreciation.
What are those teeth called when they're like the fake teeth? She wanted me to get her on a beneficiary of the life insurance even though we weren't married. I forget what those fake teeth are called, but they, you know, you have to like shave your teeth down and then like, I don't know what those are called, but someone could have had those. So it was like a nice smile, but underneath The teeth were rotten and misshapen. They lack personal care and hygiene. And then there's another energy that might not have teeth or something like that. Um, and someone very nosy, someone who was always in their business, always around, always interfering, always, it kind of reminds me of the three cat card. Are you poop? Veneers. Thank you, guy. Veneers. That's it. This person was targeted, and they were, what it kind of reminds me of is ship, like like a target, like a con man's target, where the con man will mimic and mirror the behavior of the target to get close to them and to like become friends with them, and do shit like that to be to like know the ins and outs, and just to get so close to the person that they have access to fill in the blank. It kind of reminds me of that. To interfere with their affairs. Listening for prominent advice to pay attention to. Wrath. Because they're trying to see what Raymond's vulnerabilities are, how he sticks his neck out, because he sticks his neck out to support these people who have attached themselves to him, kind of like a parasite. But because of his rose-colored glasses with this person from the past, he's not, directly seeing the darkness in these people, and so he's cooperative, and he sticks his neck out, and he gives them money, and they say, yeah, we'll pay you back, but it's really, they never intend on paying him back. They're just trying to figure out where his vulnerable spots are so they can attack him. So he's not flexible, so he doesn't have flexibility or strength. And so he doesn't see them coming. He doesn't want this is like a couple or something. It seems like they're a couple. They want to remain inconspicuous to the target. Something about his hair, maybe using his hair or getting close enough to use his hair, or something about baldness.
Beware of the man.
Beware of the man. Okay, what else? Explosive weapons, grenades, mines, bombs. As Spirit says, beware of the man. Yeah, there's someone in this energy, possibly part of this couple, that was a menace. This could be the person that he tried to warn this woman about. That he was extreme. That he was an explosive weapon, a bomb, a danger, that he's would cause mass destruction. That he's a nightmare. An unseen enemy. Damn. Black. I have all these references to black.
My name is Charles.
Charles could be significant. There's some kind of dark or hidden occult thing about Raymond's death. Something that's dark, hidden, and occult. It's associated to something occult or religious. Go. The circumstances associated are indicative of a potential problem and should be considered serious. His subconscious had a dark aspect that was frequent or recurring. That could have been, that was in need of counseling, possibly depression. That could have been, he could have been using, it says hooking, so he could have been getting prostitutes or something in Vegas, or been with this couple and they were like partying or something like that. He was being used as an anchor to provide stability to these people. But he was being kept in the dark about what was actually happening. So he couldn't anticipate any sort of graduation from business function. Something about a business venture. He, because of his rose-colored glasses to this person who's in prostitution energy, I don't know if they are a prostitute or they're just in that energy where they they self-sacrifice themselves in order to gain, I
need an offering.
I need an offering. Oh, shit. Well, damn. Yeah, this person comes off as pure and innocent, but really they're black hole and they're black death. They're like the bubonic plague. Everything they touch turns to shit. They're corrupt, unpleasant. They paint the roses red. They may have came to Raymond with some kind of possible dream or idea about how to make money. And so Raymond possibly could have invested into this idea, thinking that it would be some way to have connection to this person, because Raymond's Captain Save-A-Ho. He doesn't want to see this person from his past in need, and he's in a good place to help. And so this couple took advantage of him. Okay. That voodoo stuff is why I don't donate. Do you play Roblox? You should check out City Tiles.
Malice.
Yeah, Malice. Yeah, there's some kind of business idea that this couple came to Raymond with and said, it's going to be this, this, and this, but that was just a big lie. How can I get that information? Let me see. I don't know. Should I look in Sophocles? I'm kind of feeling either Sophocles or... Let's do classical myths. We'll do classical myths. Raymond, what is this? Tell me more. What is this business venture? The first humans. The 5 races of man. They came with a creation to a dominant account, but there are a number of diverse contradictions and explanations that were often overlooked instead of enlightened in the early ideas of whatever they were.
We won't harm you.
Whatever they were bringing to Raymond. But over time, it was decreasing in value because they were themselves were deteriorating in happiness and peace. They were not exhibiting the blissful life that they were claiming to have created. And so their carefree hearts started to reveal more toil and grief than what they were letting on. And in their wretched old age, they were decreasing with vigor, and they were feasting on the joy of others from far and off of other people's ills. They were feasting off of others' joys and others' ills. Agree. They were claiming that they had a fruitful earth, and Spirit said agree to what I was saying. And they were putting effort towards a plentiful harvest without stint because they wanted to enjoy a life of peace and abundance and be loved and blessed by the gods. But this golden race passed away and became beneficent spirits who wander the earth, protecting mortals from harm. So this couple claimed to be, people who were abundant and had good things coming in, but that was a lie. That wasn't true.
We like your equipment.
Thank you. They were just telling Raymond that because they wanted Raymond to invest in their whatever. They really do drugs and stuff. And over time, Raymond started to see how foolish and aggressive and neglectful these people were, and that they weren't golden. And so he started to know that they needed to be replaced over time. He was starting effort. He was starting to relinquish his time and effort into these people. And so these people put on their armor and their weapons and used their tools made of bronze and dedicated themselves to warfare and slaughter, and exterminated with relentless violence. Because Raymond was starting to break away from them, and they recognized that he was starting to see that they're not who they say they are. They're not golden. They're not good people. They have nothing good coming in. They don't have a plentiful harvest. They were just pretending.
I was left to die.
I was left to die. He perished by the night. Something happened. What happened? There might have been some kind of conflict. Against his will and despite his pleas and reproaches, he was inconsolable and not prepared for death. I told you, he's earthbound. These people did something to him because he didn't want them to destroy everything he worked for, and a lost lover. So his lost lover, someone that he loved in the past who came back in a different energy, like a Trojan horse, trapped him and was stealing, threatening and was stealing money from him. He tried to say that the person that they were currently with was a freak show, and that she needed to get away from him. And this person may have found out about it. A slow and difficult death. They may have hit him over the head or something like that. And he had to abandon his love of her because she showed that she's not divinely guided, and that she never was. And she was just playing on his love for her, and it was a tragic love and death. And whatever, I want to find out what happened. How did you die?
We are watching you.
How did you die? Demonic, you need Jesus. Them spirits can't save you. What you gonna do when you get left behind regretting? Do you play Roblox? No. Hey, Patience. Hey, nobody. Welcome. Oh, look at the top of the deck. Yeah, these people could have been dabbling or part of some kind of order or just, it doesn't have to mean they're in order, but it could mean they operate in that way, very like black or white thinking. They aren't able to self-reflect. They use people for what they can get out of people. How did you die? Raymond, how did you die? He was lured. He was definitely lured into a situation by two people. Possibly two people. Yeah, some kind of honeypot situation. Because this see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. He was lured into some kind of He was lured into some kind of situation. Something that he thought was going to be something different than it was. Well, possibly by a masculine man, by man. Possibly to a house where he thought he was going to save this feminine energy from his past. There could have been some kind of conflict between Raymond and another masculine, possibly in a house that had multiple people in it. They could have gotten into They could have gotten into some kind of fight. I'm getting pains in my chest. Yeah, some kind of conflict about this feminine energy. You know, like Raymond is trying to tell her that the person she's with is kind of like a child, you know, very irresponsible, very he's a fraud, he's a liar, he's a trickster. And that may have surprised this person from his past, this woman. He may have caught wind of something, because I have an investigator here. He may have got someone to do a background check on this person. He got someone to do a background check on this person to take a closer look at who this person is. But the thing is that this woman from his past is just like that person. And so, you know, Raymond's looking at her significant other as the culprit, as the person she needs to get away from, but they're two peas in a pod. Okay, they do the same shit. Okay, and she acts like she's all innocent, and she's not. She's in the closet with, you know, she puts on a mask. And so he came over to confront this person who he finds out is a con man, a fraud, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. And he thinks he's going to save this person, this woman from his past, from this person. And that was a surprise to them. But this person is cutthroat. They're black hole. They have no conscience. Yeah, they're another black and white. They're just all about survival. They've gone too far into the survival mode, into their drug addiction. They're permanently a child. They permanently cannot see themselves.
Hear me.
This person can't see themselves. They can't. You see how the reflection in the mirror is not non-existent? They make a mess of everything. They can never stay out of trouble. They're always interested in how it can benefit them. Always interested in how what they can get out of it. Like a bandit, like some kind of freaking bandit. Yeah, no honor amongst thieves. You got that right, guy. Absolutely. Yeah. So Raymond goes over thinking he's going to save this person from his past, but this person from his past was never the person that he put her on a pedestal. He always viewed her as the one that got away or something, the one that he was always in love with and could see himself with, but he saw himself with just a mask that she presented to him. It was never who she really was. And so he may have come over unexpected, trying to save this person from this person he got a background check on who has a criminal background.
I like the forest.
Okay, Spirit said I like the forest, and there's like 2 people in the tree, so I don't know. There's something about other people being there when this confrontation happened and witnessing. Yeah, look at this. This was some kind of competition for a person from the past love. Stop calling me out. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. This was a competition. When this person came over to confront this criminal, they thought they were doing the right thing. But really, in all actuality, you are the company you keep. He shouldn't have put her on this pedestal and thought he was saving her from this person when really they're 2 peas in a pod. They go together like peanut butter and jelly, okay? Interesting.
Evelyn.
What?
My heart.
My heart. Oh my gosh, I was getting chest pains. I swear this person had a heart attack.
They hear me scream.
They hear me scream. What? Hurry up and clean up. Mom's coming. Never put a girl on a pedestal because they will look down on you, and then you will have to get a ladder to look down on them. Good morning, Audrey. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm in Rhode Island, right next door. Yeah, there's something about wherever Raymond went to confront this criminal, to get this person away from the criminal, there was some kind of confrontation. There was some kind of confrontation because this was a competition to get the girl, it was a Captain Save-A-Ho type of situation. Okay. It says, hurry and clean up. Mom's coming. I have a frog. There's a frog right here. And then there's a frog right here. So in this confrontation, Raymond may have expressed, he may have taken a big leap and expressed his feelings to this feminine energy in front of the masculine energy, saying, he's no good for you. He's going to get you in trouble. Mary, come with me. Oh, I just said Mary. I don't know why I said Mary. Someone named Mary.
You're not worth haunting.
Come with me. You know, basically wanting to save this person. I don't know why I said Mary. That's my mother's name, actually. It's my mom watching this. My mom's energy is here right now. But look at this donkey, this jackass. He's angry. Mary could have... I said Mary again. They could have... This feminine energy could have actually went with Raymond. Or maybe played both sides. Because she's very fragmented. She's very unhealed. She's insatiable. It doesn't matter who she's getting attention from. She wants attention from anyone who will give it to her, who will make her feel like she's worthy and valuable, because she doesn't have the ability to fill herself up. She doesn't have the ability, you know, whatever happened to her to get her to this place, she doesn't have an identity. Okay, so she seeks validation. So anyone coming to rescue her, to make her feel like she's worthy of that action, she's playing both sides. She may have done that in front of her person. And her person is unfortunately fragmented as well. A child in a man's body. Lake Superior. If they make you compete, give them the same energy and make them compete. It's rigged. There's no prizes on DQs to give out. I have a rose here. I have a flower here. Yeah, this masculine energy, this jackass might have some kind of anger problem, very explosive, very volatile, very bandit, very like bandit, very this person definitely did not like this person coming over, you know, feeling like they could just take this person from them, okay? So what happened? What was the conversation between these people? What was the conversation? Good morning, Lake Superior. Thanks for being here.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, Spirit says you're beautiful. What was the conversation between these three people? Because look, there's three people here. 2 men and a woman. Anvil. Hey, you forgot my half birthday. Not mad, just disappointed.
I feel very lonely.
You and me both, buddy. I feel very lonely. You and me both. So there's the thing. So here's the thing. No. Hey, so I'm pooping at 7-Eleven and your number was carved on the wall. Do you want to hang out? You aren't hot enough to say stuff like that.
The bad man's here.
I want to say yes, but I feel like you're a Hufflepuff and I'm a Gryffindor. So unrealistic expectation for him to think that, you know, he, like I said, he put her on a pedestal. He did the background check of this person who borrowed money from them, and he found out that this person's a career criminal, and he thought that he was going to save this person by coming over and saying, come with me. I did a background check. Your person's a criminal. and then disappointed because, you and me both, buddy, because she's a career criminal too. She's just like them. Okay. And so she's like, here's the thing. No, I can't go with you. But he's so desperate. I don't know why he's so desperate for her attention. I don't know why he feels so like stuck on her. You aren't hot enough
I
to.
did something bad.
I did something bad. You aren't hot enough to say stuff like that. Because she's for everybody. Like I said, she's fragmented. She anyone who gives her attention, your number was carved.
Gentleness.
Your number was carved on the wall. Do you want to hang out? Okay, there's something about her constantly needing attention. I want to say yes, but I feel like you're a Hufflepuff and I'm a Gryffindor. But these are, two different energies. You have criminal energy, and then Raymond is entrepreneur energy. But he's stuck on her for some reason. Why is he so stuck on her? Why can't he see her for what she is? There's something about him, like, having blinders on to her or something. Let me see if I can get some details about that. What is this? What is these blinders? I'm a Hufflepuff and you're a Gryffindor. So from two different energies.
Apparition.
Confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. Yeah, there's something about in my bandity energy. I don't know. Hufflepuff Gryffindor are goated collab. Cause a comfortable lie is better than the truth. Not another card reader. Jeez.
I have no plans.
It's so funny you say not another card reader, but you're here. You're the one who's here. Hope. I haven't given up on us yet. Yeah. There's something about him being really, I don't know, is this a love spell? Girl with a snake, charmed or used, enabled, an enabler. Yeah, she put some kind of charm on him, some kind of like love spell or something, or I don't know, some kind of weird, it kind of feels like, when you're with somebody, but like I've seen women who are with somebody actively flirt like hardcore with other people just for the attention. It kind of feels like
I
that.
see the mist.
Like giving them a false hope of what it could be, playing both sides, but really never planning on leaving the actual person they're with, just wanting the attention, Stop reading my Tumblr. Camera. Learn from the past. Perception. Yeah, something from the past confused him because he kept viewing her in the way she was in the past. There's something that changed dramatically from the last time he saw her to the whenever this was. There's like a gap in time. And so he was just viewing her from a different time, and he couldn't stand being rejected by her again because she may have rejected her, or she didn't want to be rejected by him, but she was wearing a mask of charm and beauty. That was the love spell. I want to tell you the truth, the reveal. Raymond wants to tell the truth, or he saw the truth that she has many options. It's a one-night stand. She was stringing him along because she was using him for money. She never planned on leaving her person, her criminal person. She's damaged goods. Okay? She made him feel like oh, I've always had a connection to you. I've always had so much love for you. I've always wondered what we would have been if we allowed ourselves to blah, blah, blah. It was all a lie. It was just her needing attention. It wasn't ever, yeah, bittersweet dwelling. Just her being a jerk, being unhealed. Not knowing how to fill her own cup. Not knowing how to be her own source of love and attention. She didn't know how to do that. So she latches on to people who give her that. And she uses them for that because she has a rejection wound. She doesn't want to be dismissed. She has an irrational fear of abandonment. Okay? How did you die, though? How did you die? What is
I'm listening.
What is something you're embarrassed to admit? When was the worst case of procrastination? What conspiracy theory do you think has some truth to it? Practices witchcraft and will curse you to the same fate in their final breath. I can't make it up. Right before it hits them, the trolley will slow to a crawl so that it runs over them at an excruciatingly slow pace. This couple, or this woman, uses witchcraft. And she could have unalived this person when this person started to break away. Because there's some kind of business deal or something where they tied themselves to their estate or some way to gain money from them through their death. And so they brought a death upon them through black magic, witchcraft.
Rope torture.
What is something you're embarrassed to admit? That
I'm watching you right now.
he fell for someone who kept showing them red flags. When was the worst case of procrastination? He felt like he had such a soul tie to this person, the way she wore a mask about who she really was. That was the love spell. He was so enamored with who she was in the past. She was the one that got away from him. And when she came back into his life, she had somebody. And he still had that feeling for her because he was basing his feeling of her on a past version of her. But she was very different. And so he kept letting them say, oh, we'll pay you back soon. And oh, yes, this is coming up soon. And that's coming up. Procrastination. What conspiracy theory do you think has some truth to it? That she practices witchcraft and will curse you the minute you walk away from her. She has an abandonment wound. The minute she senses that you're about to reject her or leave her or walk away from her, she puts some kind of witchcraft on you. And in this case, this one, some kind of heart attack energy. Gave him a heart attack. Sent him a heart attack. That's horrible. Where is the most unusual place you have slept? I'm
still around.
What item from your childhood do you wish you still owned? Who would chicken out in the plane before skydiving? How did you get your most memorable scar or injury? Yeah, I don't know if this couple does this together or if the woman just does it and the man is so messed up on drugs and stuff he doesn't even realize, or I don't know. But this person, Raymond, is outing them. This couple, unalived Raymond, for something. I don't know if they planned on doing this anyway, and they had to do it quicker because he did a background check on this masculine and found out that they're a criminal. And then he tried to save the woman thinking that she didn't know anything about it when really she did, and that this was going to happen eventually, but they had to do it quicker. The enchanter at the top of the deck. Something like that. And also the
I'm
alchemist.
listening to everything.
Yeah, some kind of potion or destruction, deception, trickery. Who was your first heartbreak? Yeah, because he loved her. This was his first love. This was the love that got away. We'll let you have their yacht if you don't kill them. He would have given her anything. He would have given her anything, but she couldn't stand. Is happily married to a ruthless warlord. But this couple, they're ruthless. They both have these wounds of abandonment, and they both also have this extreme mask they wear that if anyone pulls this mask off, it's like you or me. It's like death or
Evelyn.
it's like they have to they don't want to be the ones to blink first, you know? Tell us about the one that got away. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? People use drugs because they cope for no connection. Joke's on them. The witching doesn't affect me. They got so weak. AF spells I keep. Yeah, well, luckily you're not a match to that energy, but Ray was. Will one day discover the secret to eternal youth. Yeah, because there's a couple here that practices witchcraft, and they use it on people through some kind of escaped max, someone who's been in prison before, a career criminal. They use witchcraft on people, is addicted to their smartphone, to unalive people for some kind of scam, some kind of money scam. What story from your life comes to mind when you hear sight? When I hear sight, I think of psychic abilities. What's the riskiest thing you've ever done to someone, or you've seen someone do? Who would survive the longest on a deserted island? Who talks too much? When was the time you did not feel heard? Yeah. That's wild. I told you witchcraft was involved. This couple uses... So what's happening with this couple now? What's happening with this couple now? Pain management. Yeah. Absolutely, like superior pain management. When you do drugs, you're just an open vessel for whatever wants to come, into your vessel, and sometimes what comes through is not it's not the best. And unfortunately, people who survive to do drugs use people for money.
Does not exist.
That's the goal. I need drugs, so whatever it takes. Unfortunately. What are these people up to now? I think Raymond definitely needed to get this out. Shine bright like a candle, you will make it through this. Look at this. Looks like the lake is on fire. Looks like the lake is on fire. They possibly have no way to create. They're stuck on an island, surrounded by water. There's no way for them to grow or move, or there's uncertainty. Choose who you will become. There's no way for them to become anything. They can't become braver because they're faced with their mortality. They could possibly be on their deathbeds. They could possibly be on their deathbeds or faced with death because, and it could be a death of their finances because they're in regret. Didn't I say painting the roses red? Because they are fake as F, okay? They pretend to be these people, and they attach themselves to successful people, and then they ruin their
I am
lives.
the darkness here.
And they take, and they're an endless black hole, and they pretend that they're
must
so
go quickly.
fruitful, and they pretend they're so abundant, but really they're not. A moment's
I'm very
regret.
friendly.
Yeah, now they're under pressure. They're in a rush to try to fix things, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's anything they can, because something changed.
I'm family.
I'm family. Something changed quickly. Something changed for them. What is this?
Martha.
Martha? What changed for them quickly? Like, what's happening to them now? There's something, their life is brief. They're faced with their mortality now. They could be losing things. They're not able to create. They're not able to grow anything. Nothing's changing for them. This is something about divine timing. Something about, karma. Something about an energy match. Same page, flow together. You wanted to do these things together. Well, now, okay, the universe said, okay, this is what you want to do together. Sure. You wanna believe that this is the thing you should be doing. Okay, hurting. Yeah, you want to hurt people, then eventually you get caught. And you get the energy that you gave. Okay, maybe it took a while. Maybe they thought nobody in a million years would find this out about what they did to Raymond. But Raymond's here right now calling these people out, and they're going to be shocked because every time we reveal truth, they get what's coming to them. We provide the flow of energy to direct or to affect those who give out this kind of energy. Just because you think that no one will ever find out doesn't mean no one ever will. Okay? Yep. I'm a clout cleansing god. Gotta go. Have a beautiful day today, everyone. Thanks, Lake Superior. Thanks for being here. Yeah. So they're busted. Secrets are exposed. They never thought in a million years that the spotlight would ever be on them. By a high-value, self-worthy empress. Hi. God has ways, and if you want to take people's lives because you refuse to heal and you want to practice black magic and use magic on people, no. God says no. It's over for real. It's over. It's over. It's time for these people to meet their maker. It's been a long time coming. Spiritual attack, because they are into witchcraft. They were using spiritual warfare. Didn't the classical myths book said warfare? Spiritual warfare. God gives you, Creator gives you, all that is gives you so much time. Gives you so much time for you to reveal the things that need to heal. When you refuse time and time again, God finds a way to reveal what's hidden. Nothing is ever hidden. All that is omnipotent. It knows what you do. It knows your thoughts. It knows your heart. It knows what you're going to do before you even do it. And so if you're not going to cleanse yourself and your field and heal, and you're going to continue to hurt people because of your own unhealed wounds, then it's time to meet your maker. You can't use spiritual warfare. You just can't. When going into the new earth energies, magic is, it says black magic right here. Black magic. They sent a heart attack to this person to gain their abundance. Okay? Investigation over. Case solved. Raymond, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Any last words for what you would have done differently? What would you have done differently, knowing what you know now? Unconditional love without boundaries is a mistake. You can love someone unconditionally and really care about someone, but you also have to look at what they're showing you. You know, this person showed them many times that there's a lot of red flags, but because he chose to love this person unconditionally without any boundaries because of his rose-colored glasses, he put himself in this position. He matched himself to the energy. And the minute he chose to go and confront this person about their criminal background, thinking that he would have any power or say so, or I don't know what he thought was going to happen, he matched that energy in his anger towards the situation instead of walking away. He should have just walked away cleanly. Anything else? One step at a time. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking one small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task. Thus, I regain my ease of living. Yeah. Instead of being so gung-ho of trying to make the outcome the way he wanted with his rose-colored glasses, he should have walked away. He should have took one step at a time to get himself further and further away from these people, instead of believing that he could change anything in this dynamic, because this dynamic was not what he thought it was to begin with. Okay? And he sees that now. Thank you, Raymond, so much for the messages. I hope it heals. I hope it reveals any types of truths that needed to come out. If you are ready to let go and you have said your piece, we invite you to go through the portal that we will provide for you after the reading. And if you would like to walk through it, you can go home. Okay? We love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the chat. Thank you, Raymond, for being here. Thank you so much. We'll see you every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We try to do a true crime or an unsolved mystery or celebrity read of crossed over loved ones. We love you so much. We'll see you later.